Hi everyone, how are you doing? My name is Rehan, and in Pakistan we say Rehan. And I am an entrepreneur who has traveled to over 80 countries in the world. And every time I go outside Pakistan, people ask me questions about my country. And it's really hard for me to explain to them because it's such a very different um, spread out, spectrumed country that it's really challenging to explain what it is like. So I have made some documentaries in the past, and this time I'm thinking of making this longer documentary, which is anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour long, where I would like to answer questions which you have in your mind. The most common question when I ask them, what do you know about Pakistan? They tell me nothing. And so I want to introduce you to my country. The country is around 350,000 square miles big. It is the sixth largest country in the world in terms of population. The population is over 225 million human beings. Pakistan has around 28 different languages. The most common language we speak is Urdu language, which is our national language. And the official language, you would be surprised to know, is English. Because we were ruled by the English, by the British, and we became independent in 1947. The other languages which are spoken in our country is Punjabi, Sindhi, Saraiki, Pashtun, Balochi, Brahui, Memoni, and many other languages. As I said, there are around 28 different languages which we speak in our country. And the official language, everybody here in the government circle, in the army circle, is English. So I did my education in English medium school. Everything was in English. And a lot of kids in our country go through similar school system. The father of the nation is Mr. Jinnah, and you would find him on every note in our country. The biggest note which we have in our country is this 5,000 rupees. And this 5,000 rupees is worth approximately $25 at this time. The money in Pakistan is called rupee, just like in India. And in $1 at the moment, you can get 160 of these rupees. Within $1, you can buy a decent meal, you can buy 4 Coca-Colas, you can buy a small McDonald's, and you can have a week long of internet and telephony service on your phone. Pakistan has 5 mobile operators. We have CDMA operators, we have GSM operators. The top 4 of these mobile operators are Ufone, Jazz, Zong, and Telenor from Norway. Data is pretty much available everywhere. 4G is available everywhere. The price of bandwidth is really low. You pay around $4 for a month and you get around 100 gigabyte of bandwidth on your telephone. And you get almost unlimited telephony service for that $4 and $5. So, but on an average, if you spend $10 a month, you're pretty good set if you're a heavy user like me on bandwidth and telephony. The official clothes look something like this. The Prime Minister normally likes to wear this. We call it a sadri or a waistcoat, like in English. And men's fashion is pretty normal, but you would find kids in all kinds of dresses. You would find them in sherwani. You will find them in jeans. You will find them in t-shirt. And you will find them pretty easygoing. Pakistan does not get a lot of tourists, so we're a very curious nation. A friend of mine, Aliki, was here with us for 2 months, and she said, I found Pakistanis to be like small little children. They hide behind the pillar, they look outside whenever they see a foreigner. They want the foreigner to ask them to come and talk to them, and they really want to have friendship with them because they're so curious. They're not very well traveled because Pakistani passport does not get visas very easily. So even if you have money, it's very difficult and challenging to travel for a Pakistani citizen. Unfortunate events in the past has led Pakistani passport to deteriorate, and people like me work on getting that to be changed. Up till 1965, the GDP of Pakistan was higher than Japan. And then we went into some wars, and then systems deteriorated, and instead of going up, we started going down the hill. But now we're in a very stable situation, and people have grown from, like for example, my city was 1 million people, now it's 32 million people alone. And it's a small little town called Karachi. Most people who come to Pakistan love our food. We are a meat-loving country, and that's one of the most differentiating things between India and Pakistan, that you will find meat shops everywhere and food is full of meat. Chicken is the favorite, and then comes the lamb, and then the beef and everything else. So if you are coming to Pakistan, work up your appetite because you're going to definitely love the food. It's very spicy. You can also find some not so spicy food, but you would love the spicy food, I'm sure. And you would enjoy things like nihari and chicken tikka and biryani and parathas and our milk tea. Climate-wise, Pakistan is a very strange country. We have the 7 largest peaks in the planet. We have the K2, we have the Nanga Parbat, and then we have the most largest reserve of sweet water in the planet after the North and South Poles. We have these glaciers in our country which never melts even in the deepest heat, and we have the most sweet water anywhere on the planet. We also at the same time in summer have 50 degrees plus centigrade. Whereas if you take a flight for 2 hours and then you will be right next to the K2 mountain where it'll be minus 50 degrees exactly at the same time in June or July. So it's a very dynamic and very diverse weather-wise country. You like hot weather, you like cold weather, you like greenery, you like the rocks, you like the mountains, you like the ocean. It's one of those very few countries which has all of these at the same time. We have an ongoing volcano, which is a mud volcano in Balochistan. We have one of the oldest civilizations on the planet called Mohenjo-daro. Then we have Harappa, we have Taxila, which is even mentioned in Mahabharata and Gita, I've heard. Taxila is also, or Takshila is also one of the oldest university on the planet. And Gandhara was the valley, which is one of the oldest civilizations, which is where now Peshawar resides. We have very, very ancient cities like Peshawar, Lahore. Lahore comes from the name Lava, which was the name of the god Ram in the ancient civilizations. And it is one of the most historic cities on the planet. It's very vibrant, very colorful, full of phenomenal kinds of food, like bone soup is very famous, or called the pie. And you must try the bhajje pie over here when you're here. Tourist-wise, Pakistan is not visited by a lot of people, so it's still very cheap to come here. It's still, people treat the guests, or as we call mehman, in a very, very amazing way. If you go into somebody's house, they would be, all over you. It's just like they celebrate coming of a guest in their house, especially in the villages where people have more time and more respect and more values still ingrained in them. You would hardly ever pay for anything. You would hardly ever pay for food. Sometimes you can give them gifts, and gifts can be small little things, because they're more interested in the respect you give them and you take from them, so that they can tell their stories to everyone around them. So if you come, bring some small little gifts, like, souvenirs from your own city, or small little, things which people just love small little things, and it'll make them happy and they will easily accept them from you. But if you bring expensive gift, it'll be challenging for you to give it to them. Pakistan is a very religious country. The official name of the country was changed in 1973 to Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Allah, or God, is the supreme ruler in here. So it's better if you come, if you're a woman, to be dressed accordingly. You shouldn't be having clothes which are very revealing, just because it's not very common, and if you wear that, you would get a lot of eyes on you, and people would be very, scared of you, to be honest, is the right word if I may use it. But it's better to be respectful when you are, as the saying goes, when in Rome, do like Romans do. So dress up like a Pakistani, get unnoticed. If you want to get noticed, you can wear Western clothes. If you don't want to get noticed, my suggestion would be to, when you land, you buy a $20, $10 local dress, and then you blend in, wear a dupatta, which will cover your hair and won't show that you're a foreigner. And then you would simply blend in and people would ignore you. But if you are wearing, jeans or shorts or t-shirt, you would be instantly noticeable, and people will come to you for selfies. People will come to you for all kinds of reasons, because they're just curious. They're extremely curious about foreigners in our country. We give extreme respect to foreigners. You would be like an instant queen or king when you land here. I'm not kidding. It's just how it is. People are just adored from all over, especially if you're from a Western country. People just love to interact with you because they just don't have opportunity to meet so many foreigners. We have around 150 TV channels, so we're a very busy country in terms of media. We also have 24 banks. We have the largest banks, which have over 2,000 branches. So the economy of banking is very big. Pakistani bankers are famous all over the planet. They have opened banks and worked in banks all over the planet. Pakistan International Airlines is the official airline in our country. However, we also have other airlines, including Air Blue, including Serene, including Air Sial. And one of the best places to buy an internal ticket would be sastaticket.pk. The tickets within the country vary anywhere from $30 to $100, depending on how many, on the day, how many seats are available on that particular date, and whenever you're flying. Pakistan has multiple international airports. You can land in Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad. The latest airport in Pakistan is Islamabad Airport. You can also land in Sialkot, Faisalabad, and Peshawar and Quetta, depending on which airline you're taking. The budget airways which come to Pakistan include Air Blue, includes Air Arabia, includes Pegasus, includes Fly Dubai. These airlines come almost multiple times a day if you come within the country. Within the country, you can travel by bus. The most famous bus service is Devo, but there are phenomenal looking and amazing buses available from Lahore to Islamabad route, especially the Mercedes one. One of the phenomenal buses is called Cruiser, which has only limited seats and you're just going to love it. It's like being on a first class aeroplane flight from Lahore to Islamabad. Pakistan has motorways all over the country, so you can literally drive everywhere. You can get a driver with the car for around $20 a day, plus petrol charges. So the car is driven for you. You can also get rid of the driver and take insurance. You can have international rent-a-car companies, or you can hire a local rent-a-car company. The Uber works here. Careem works here really well, and you can use them. They're very, very cheap compared to the US and other parts of the world. I always use them. In Careem, there is a special service called business class. If you are not very frugal with your money, business class ticket prices are like 20% higher, but you get a brand new car almost every time, and the service is really phenomenal. Pakistan borders with Afghanistan, Iran, China, and India. All these borders are closed. You can't cross them without visa. The only open border with visa you might be able to cross is between Lahore and Amritsar, which is it's a small little border, but it attaches to the city of Lahore. Pakistan is a young country. 70% population is under 30 years of age. So if you're young or you're looking for young people to be friends with, you have it. So majority of the young people speak English. If you communicate with them, they do very good text English especially, and you can even have a conversation with them. I highly recommend that if you are coming for business, I would recommend you one of our website, $100intern.com, where you can actually hire an intern for $100 a month. And if you are coming as a tourist, you can still, if you like, make friends on Facebook. You can go to my friend list, take some Pakistani Facebook friends and just inbox them and say you're coming. You can also get on Couchsurfing and Airbnb and make friends from there. Let me give you some tips on the things which, if you were hanging out with me, I would take you to eat in my city of Karachi. Number 1, Ghaffar Kebab House. Go there and ask them for their dhaga kebab and their Bihari chicken and chicken tikka and nihari. Get all 4 of them, try what you like, and see how you feel. And for dessert, you can order paratha and halwa. Number 2, Barbecue Tonight. Barbecue Tonight is a phenomenal restaurant which has been studied by Harvard even. It has their biggest restaurant has over 2,500 people capacity. It's 5 floors high, and they serve you food within 10 minutes. It's just a phenomenal space. It's just the experience when you go there. You can eat anything you like there. I recommend almost everything. If you are into ribs, I love their ribs. That's my #1 choice when I go there. But everything on the menu is phenomenal. If you want some brain, you can order their brain masala, which is literally brain cooked for you. And yes, we eat it over here. And there I would recommend, everything is hygienic. I would recommend you to highly go and, go crazy over there. #3 is Karachi. Karachi is another barbecue restaurant. The service is just absolutely phenomenal. Last time I went there, they changed my food at no charge 3 times because it's on a beach and it gets cold over there, so they just changed the food. So kudos to them, and you would love it there. The scenery, the time is amazing. I highly recommend you to go half an hour before the sunset so you can enjoy the sunset over there and also enjoy the food over there. #4 is the food street or Buns Road. So if you go there, you must try the Delhi Rabdi. You can try the Wahid's Nihari and kebabs, again, just like the first one, but it's a little bit different flavor. You can try also their botis if you're into beef. It's just amazing food. Even my mouth is watering right now just talking about it. #5 is biryani. For biryani, I recommend you in Sindhi Muslim Society, Karachi biryani. But if you're on Food Panda, there's called Allahwala, just like my last name, Allahwala biryani, and they're just fantastic. Karachi's specialty is Bihari kebab. So #6 on the menu is the Bihari kebab in Bahadurabad. You should definitely give it a shot. But they close early. They close at 9 p.m. That's very odd in Pakistan. But that's one of the places which you definitely should try if you're coming to Karachi. It's called Al Kebab, Bihari kebabs. Well, this one is not my favorite, but it's something which people enjoy, and it's called Halim. My favorite Halim is which my wife cooks at home. But the one which is available is Karachi Halim, which is again on Burns Road. And you can also order it on Daraz and Food Panda. The next one on the menu is a sweet dish. It's called the jalebi. And the jalebi from Fresco is unbelievable. So you must go there before 8 o'clock, and they make it right in front of you. And it's just mouth-watering, yummy dish, which you can have. You can order for a quarter of a pound or a pound, as much as you want, but it's just amazing. Next up on the menu is pan. So pan is this leaf which we put all kinds of cardamoms and stuff on it, and you really just chew it. It's just phenomenal. I take it without the beetle seeds or chalia, so you can say no chalia, and they can make it for you. One of the best one is right outside Barbecue Tonight. You can have it from there. Another one is at BIDC Pan House. You can also enjoy it there, and it's just phenomenal. One of the most hygienic one is called Panwari, which is near Al Kebab, Bahadurabad, and they also deliver it to you. Food Panda is the app of Pakistan for food delivery. So if you're in Pakistan and you're coming and you're a foodie, you should definitely install Food Panda on your phone. You can also order groceries. You can order daily stuff like toothbrush and everything from Food Panda. Their delivery charges is 30 cents or 50 rupees. And you can order anything almost any time of the day. It's just amazing. So definitely get Food Panda on your phone before you come here. The other apps which you need to install on your phone before you come is WhatsApp. Everybody is on WhatsApp. Careem is the Uber equivalent of Pakistan. Uber gives service in Pakistan, but their service is not so amazing. Well, even though Uber owns Careem, but Careem service is much better than Uber in my opinion. But both of them are available. It's your choice which one you like. But do install both of them so you can have transportation from A to B just easily, seamlessly. It's phenomenal. Well, while you're here, when I travel, I sometimes crave for food which I recognize, which includes KFC and McDonald's and Pizza Hut. So KFC is here, McDonald's is here, Pizza Hut is here, Hardee's is here, PF Chang, Subway, Burger King, Baskin & Robbins, Texas Chicken, Fat Burger, Nando's, Papa John's, Domino's, Dunkin' Donuts, Johnny Rockets. They're all here, so you can enjoy your food here. And they're cheaper than in the US and other places. So in my suggestion, if you have never had Nando's, definitely try that out. It's definitely worth it. In Europe, it doesn't exist much, so you can try it in Pakistan. For food lovers who like Japanese food, I would recommend you to try in Japanese restaurant in Avari Hotel, and also the Chinese restaurant in Avari Hotel. They're pretty nice, and they both have buffets, and you can just have as much as you want for like $15, as much sushi, as much sashimi. It's really amazing. Malls. So Karachi in Pakistan has a lot of malls now. Karachi has Dolmen malls and Lucky malls. They're pretty amazing. International standards, really phenomenal. In Islamabad, we have Centauras. In Lahore, we have Packages Mall, Nishad malls, and you can Google them. There are lots of them. If you're in Karachi, I would highly recommend you to visit the mausoleum of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the Tuba Mosque, the Maratha Palace, the beach, Ferrier Hall. If you are an enthusiast, I would recommend go to the Lighthouse Market, go to Meriwether Towers, try Meethadar, Karadar, try the Dhobi Ghat. They're really amazing. I take my friends there whenever they come. I also highly recommend you to visit Little Afghanistan, which is also called the Al Asif Square, which if you go in, you'll feel like you're in Afghanistan, and the food is amazing, and you can have the kebabs from Afghanistan, pulao, the Kabuli pulao. It's really amazing, fantastic. I always take my friends when they come here over there. It's not a very fancy space, but it's really wonderful to go there. If you like alligators, you can go to Maripur and you can enjoy the alligators over there. And right next to them are thermal baths. They're not very clean, but there is still thermal baths, and they're like, you pay $1 or something to go there. That's really enjoyable if you like that. Let's go to Lahore. So if you are in Lahore, you must go to Badshahi Mosque, you must visit the Food Street, you must visit the Lahore Fort, and tons of other things. This video is more about overview, not exactly for tourist people, but just to let you know that these are amazing things which we have. Pakistan's coastline is 990 kilometers long. It starts from Katie Bandar to all the way to Iran. And the beaches are phenomenal. Some beaches are really white sand, some beaches are black sand, some water is totally blue. It's just phenomenal. You will love it. Pakistan has phenomenal opportunities for business, Pakistan is a country which allows dollar accounts for you to open. You can open a company here without a local partner. There are 55 chambers of commerces which you can Google and you can connect with them. If you come to major cities, I would highly recommend you to visit. If you're here for business, I would recommend you to visit the Chamber of Commerce offices, including any city you go to, they have a Chamber of Commerce, so you should definitely visit. They are privately held organizations and they will connect you locally with people, and you can do partnerships with them. If you're an elderly or if you are a businessman or anyone who want to talk to youth, I would recommend you to connect with the youth over here, and they will take you to their universities and colleges, and then you can meet them. You can give talks over there. Same thing with chambers of commerce. You can actually give talks to these chambers of commerce, and they will do a small little tea party for you, and they don't charge anything, and they will welcome you and see what opportunities there are, which they would be very happy to work with you on that. Pakistanis are very affluent. Pakistan is a very wide spectrum. There are $1 million cars available. A typical decent sized 1,000-yard house in Karachi is $1 million. In Lahore, the same. Islamabad, even more expensive. But majority of the Pakistanis make around $100 a month. So Pakistan is a very wide spectrum of hosting which you will receive if you're here. And you may or may not enjoy that, but that's how it is. People like me who are working on removing poverty from my own country would like to welcome you to bring your business here, to bring your ideas here. I would love to connect you with the youth here, with other business people here who you can work with and bring your ideas, bring your emotions, bring your technology, bring your passion over here, and let me help you and others like me help you connect with the Pakistanis who will help you bring your ideas to life. As I said, a lot of people don't make a lot of money, so you can start hiring people for at least for $100 a month, and that's not a lot of money, right? So, but it goes a long way for them because majority of the kids over here live with their parents. Provinces. Pakistan has 5 provinces: Sindh, Balochistan, Punjab, KPK, and Gilgit-Baltistan. All these provinces have their own languages, their own sovereign governments, and they work under the federal government of Pakistan, which sits in Islamabad. Balochistan is the largest province of our country. It's 51% landmass, but the population is only 3%. The opportunities in Balochistan, which I see, is minerals, farming, large farming, tree plantation, forest plantation, and new housing developments. Pakistan has amazing laws for special economic zones. If you buy 50 acres of land, you can create a special economic zone with the approval of the government, and then the government allows it to become a tax-free area, which you can then rule according to your own desire, according to your own bylaws of your company. For example, you can create a new special economic zone for printing. You can create a special economic zone for electronics. You can create a special economic zone for video production, and you can create your own movie studios. A lot of places are available in Pakistan starting from $4,000 an acre to $10,000 an acre in the remote areas of our country. You can contact Zameen.com, where you can find the prices, which is an online platform for buying and selling property. So you can get an idea of the property prices and contact the real estate agents over there. Punjab. Punjab is the most populous province of our country. The language they speak is Punjabi. It's the exact same language as they speak in Punjab, India. And the Indian Punjab and Pakistan Punjab used to be one province, but then at the time of partition, they became two independent places. In Punjab, majority of the places are covered, farming is going on, and they're very economically sound compared to other provinces. Then we have Sindh. Sindh civilization, the word comes from Indus, the Indus civilization, and the word got, kind of mumbled and became from Hindu to Indus. And the people who live on the other side of the Indus were called the Hindus or the Sindhis, and it used to be a very large state. Sindh is a very ancient civilization. Mohenjo-daro is from here. You can Google more about it. It's a phenomenal space which you can see. It's very unexplored still. It's only 3% uncovered. 97% is still uncovered, not covered yet. So it's a phenomenal place to visit and to enjoy and to learn from. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is where the Gandhara Valley is, and it is one of the ancient parts where Alexander the Greek came. The Greeks were there, and it's full of beautiful mountains and sceneries. It's just breathtaking to travel around that part of the country. Gilgit-Baltistan. Gilgit-Baltistan is the part where all giant mountains live. The 7 highest peaks in the world are there. The mountain ranges are endless. You will travel and you will see nothing but mountains, giant mountains, and river flowing everywhere. It's just obnoxiously crazy amazing. And you can fly directly now to the Gilgit city or Skardu from Karachi, Lahore, or Islamabad, or you can travel by car. Taxes. If you incorporate a company in KPK, Mansehra area or Gilgit-Baltistan, there is absolutely no income tax or any corporate tax over there. Totally tax-free. But the rest of the country has tax structure, which you can look into. You can Google it up. The website for the government for taxes is called FBR, and you can check out the taxes which apply to you if you want to start a business here. Pakistan is a democracy. We have a president which looks over the parliament. It does not have, it's not the CEO of the country like in the United States. The Prime Minister is the CEO of our country. He is the highest authority or the executive of our country. He is selected or elected by the parliament, the lower house, which is elected by the people. Then there is Senate, which is selected or elected by the lower house, and then all the bills which are passed by the parliament goes to the Senate, and then it becomes the law. The provinces have chief ministers, and the chief ministers have the parliament. Each province has its own parliament, and elections are based every 5 years in Pakistan, and the elections are for the local province and for the National Assembly, which are happening every 5 years. If there was anything that is missing in this video, I would love to make another version next year. I would love your questions. This is my Facebook ID. Just inbox to me or tweet to me, and I will be happy to add those answers in the next version of this documentary. Peace, love, and lots of prayers for you. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.